Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. You all know that the city girl's young Miami is getting uncovered for moving medications for Diddy, and afterward she attempted to squeal on him to country security to save herself. Now that she is being summoned by the federal authorities to affirm against Diddy in an up-and-coming amazing jury hearing, it's been a muddled not many months for Diddy. And surprisingly, however young Miami attempted to avoid it, she just got hauled once more in with the general mishmash since. She was supposedly acting terrible with Diddy. Now, new center filings claim that Miami used to move drugs for Diddy's utilization, and she parted with them while utilizing them. Obviously, she's in a difficult situation with the federal authorities, yet she has no goals of going down with Diddy. She's purportedly figuring out an agreement to squeal on him and keep herself out of it. Now, if you all believe that Miami was Diddy's ride or pass on, reconsider. She knows where every one of the bodies is covered and has no issue assisting the federal authorities with uncovering reality with regards to Diddy. The circumstances are a wreck, but we should break this city young lady's terrible showdown. We have gained from two sources that potential observers have been reached and advised by government specialists that they might be called to affirm before a stupendous jury. We as a whole, need to simply take a second to breathe out in light of the fact that each and every other second it's some more show going down in Hollywood. It's wild that everyone engaged with this Diddy circumstance is prepared to spill the tea and point some fingers only a couple of months prior. Diddy and young Miami were enjoying a life of ease and comfort together, swearing all over that they were each other's ride or bite the dust and shorty wops, and promising to stay by each other regardless of what, yet all that reliability appeared to disappear into an air when Diddy got sued last year by Cassie, his ex and previous awful kid craftsman. She documented the mother of all claims, and she spread out exhaustively the maltreatment she persevered during the relationship, saying Diddy would have frequently gotten actual leaving her with wounds and profound scars. She moreover referenced that no one in his inward circle thought about going to bat for her or stand up in light of the fact that they were very much terrified of him and dreaded the outcomes assuming they crossed him. She likewise asserted that Diddy used to pimp her out to male escort. He made her H and left Cassie tell that he constrained her to ingest medications and liquor, then made her get physically involved with these escorts while he recorded everything, except on the off chance that that wasn't stunning sufficient. He would later power her to watch these accounts and use them to coerce her at whatever point she attempted to send up for herself or leave him. Now, Cassie at long last figured out how to leave in a critical day in 2018. However, her life was a disaster area for some time after that. Yet she's gotten through, got hitched, had children, and fabricated a wonderful family. And afterward last year, she got the boldness to uncover Diddy in a claim, and it sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Now, Diddy wasn't the only one getting the intensity. Young Miami confronted some serious reaction for even being engaged with him. Individuals questioned why she was with anybody blamed for such awful things. It truly hurt her. Standing at first, fans were contemplating whether young Miami was being harmed. However, at that point, they had the option to recover an old tweet from her that proposed that she was more engaged with Diddy tricks than we had some awareness of it. The tweet, she offered a few terrible remarks about Diddy's opposite side piece, Gina Hoon. That sort of seemed like she was undermining Gina, that she would make Diddy power Gina into an oddity off, she said. On the off chance that I believed you should eat my P. Diddy would have had you on your knees. You an eater, Gina, you've been down terrible since I came into the image. You've been weeping for a child for quite some time. You've been around as a honeybee that eat P and D when he feel like it. You a eater, you're the very bee that was crying on Tasha K cuz you needed a child. Unfortunate sushi. This was totally detestable since it is now so obvious about Diddy and the stuff that he's into, and she was undermining Gina with some sort of oddity off. However, it most certainly got her drag satisfied, and she began crashing close by Diddy. Yet what compounded the situation about this is that Gina once plunked down with Tasha K to discuss how Diddy supposedly harmed her and put his hands on her when they were together. I mean, at the outset, like the initial 3.5 years he was. Like the initial multi-month 3-4 months he was truly decent. However, at that point after that he begun back. So when you say mean portray, he resembled continuously putting down me and consistently, he was intellectually, genuinely, and actually me. He took one of my heels and attempted to toss it at me, and afterward, he mushed my face and truly hard and made my nose drain. Wow. She additionally asserted that she had gotten pregnant, yet he constrained her to dispose of it and… you mind letting me know what occurred with that pregnancy? It old him and he was like, you will take care of business, and afterward I resembled, I don't know, I don't have the foggiest idea yet. And afterward, right? He offered me 50,000 to dispose of it, yet I turned it down on the grounds that, and I was like attempting to demonstrate that I wasn't the young lady that needed him for cash. I just simply care about him, and, I simply believed that him should be good to me then. That is all there is to it. I was like, no doubt, so when this came out, this was an extremely terrible search for young Miami. However, yet it didn't sincerely demonstrate anything concrete. Yet fans were certainly hypothesizing about her contribution with Diddy, yet there wasn't any full proof to propose. That she constrained different ladies into anything, assuming she partook in any of Diddy's exercises, and pursuing her own lady decisions anyway. Doubts developed that she find out about Diddy's supposed activities, then she let on, particularly when she began reducing most, if not all, connection with him. This occurred under the steady gaze of the other four claims against Diddy arose, making individuals keep thinking about whether there were more mysteries at this point to be uncovered. Things got significantly, it got more chaotic when Diddy was hit with 3 more claims from ladies blaming him for rape, and the circumstances got uglier for Diddy, and his standing endured a serious shot. It was right now that young Miami put forth a critical attempt and savvy choice to show that she was not generally connected with Diddy and was continuing on from anything that they had between them. She reported that she was sending off another period called Sweet Potatoes, so she erased every one of her photos of Diddy from her web-based entertainment and totally quit referencing him on the web. Yet it wasn't just about virtual entertainment. No sources asserted that she removed herself from Diddy since he had quit giving her cash consistently, and she left him speedier than he might have at any point envisioned by a source. Diddy is done paying for Miami's charges. The companion let us know that Diddy had been paying for private flights, shopping liberates, and a lease for an extravagance Miami penthouse. Now, Diddy has cut those costs. Did he actually purchase you in Miami a Christmas present? However, he's not as liberal as he used to be. The source proceeded with Diddy, who isn't in a decent spot intellectually. Possibly he can truly utilize somebody like Keisha in his life. She truly thinks often about him and his cash. And that cash is significant. Yes, so he needs to begin paying once more, assuming that he needs our friendship. So, did he do bankrolling in Miami? Miami bails out to abstain from going down with them. She most likely thought separating herself would cause individuals to fail to remember how close they were to her go poppy signs. Yet it was past the point of no return. For that, now country security is engaged in digging deeply, and she's been uncovered for supposedly moving medications for Diddy. Recall the maker, Lil Bar, who sued Diddy in February. At first, his claim just referenced Miami and past discussing her attendance at the gatherings, yet nothing else was concerning. Anyway, his refreshed claim lays out an alternate picture. Miami had been guaranteeing that Diddy gave her $500,000 per month since he preferred her, and she was simply a great organization. Yet as indicated by the claim, the story isn't holding up. It guarantees that she was really filling in as Diddy Sorer. The court report said that Miami Jade and Daphne Euphoria were paid a month-to-month expense function as Mr. Cum said laborers and got an installment by means of wire move from Robin Greenslope, which illustrated litigants' continuous criminal activity. While this isn't that stunning any longer, understanding what we are familiar with. Diddy and Miami's relationship, yet it was really the case that Miami purportedly used to move drugs for Diddy, not young Miami being a donkey as per the court records, which offended both parties. Rico Undertaking was practicing for the Something in the Water celebration in Virginia, and the court recording perused the offended party. Jones by and by saw Mr. Combs do a couple of lines of coke in his changing area. Litigant seen Combs needed Tucci, however Brendan failed to remember it. So respondent Christina Majority called young Miami, who then welcomed it on a personal luxury plane from Miami. You all, this is genuine terrible, like a genuine terrible search for her. This is ensnaring her doing a full wrongdoing talk about acting terrible, and we're not discussing fans estimating any longer. This is some significant government stuff. And you can wager young Miami isn't attempting to go down with Diddy, and as indicated by an unknown source, she realizes Diddy can't save her now, and she's electing to squeal on Diddy to the federal authorities in return for strolling free. She would rather not end up in jail. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.